All right, all right. We are
Hello,
on.
hello,
Hello,
hello, hello,
hello,
everyone.
hello. Welcome to. I'm Darnell,
And I'm Angela.
and this
This
is
is
Garrison
Garrison
House.
House.
And it's been a couple. It's actually been a
Hello.
month since we've been in here doing it.
Right, we are back on set.
Yes,
Yay.
we're back. We're back. Kind of
And
matching today. Tonight we're doing. I don't know how come we're doing the matching thing. So let's get our timer started. We have a really good, really fun episode.
we hope you'll come in and enjoy us because today we'll be talking about mostly about food.
Food, yes,
Food,
and
food,
food reviewers and all that fun stuff. So we're going to start today. We're just hey.
Yeah, so we're talking about, we're just welcoming everybody. If you don't mind sharing, we don't ask much about the show, but we ask that you at least share with others, let them know. Garrison House podcast is on live today, tonight. The Pro Bowl is over, so everybody can jump on in now.
Well, you mean the playoffs are over.
No, Pro Bowl.
Oh,
Pro Bowl was today.
Oh, Pro Bowl was that?
The
Yeah, I
Pro
really
Bowl was
wasn't
today,
watching.
so it's
I really
over,
wasn't
and I
watching.
believe the NFC had won. So,
Oh, okay.
now now everything is done. So now you can jump on in, and we will be having some good old time. We're going to show you some highlights about our trip again. I hope you guys enjoyed the little reel. It was only about 30 seconds, really. So we're going to do a little bit more extensive. So we hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a good old time. Again, we're talking about food and how things are. Well, that's not really the main,
Food is one
but
of
we're
the
going to talk about a little bit of
topics.
everything today.
Main topic.
Yeah, so hopefully you just come in and join us.
Yeah, when you've been away from something for a while, you forget how things work.
Right.
So our mic was on, but we really weren't talking. So if y'all heard something, we were on, but in our pre-roll, but it's like, hey, it's been a while since we've been here.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Mama said,
It's going to be a minute.
right. So we're
Oh,
going to win.
you guys don't want me to sing, so I think I might have stopped
I'll
right
be
there.
back in a minute.
Right.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
is the
man.
theme song. For those who don't know, yes, we do own rights to that music. Just so you know, we do own rights to that.
Yes, yes.
It's really been a great trip. I think we can really let me get things ready here for our roll in. As we're getting more people in. So how's it going with you, basically? What's going on with
I'm pretty good. I've been busy at work. So and you know this podcast, is not our only thing that we do, but it's just been busy doing stuff. We have to do a lot of training. So for that past week, sometimes the weekend hits and we're excited about the weekend. And so I've been watching some dramas. Well, it's not drama, but it was drama. Yes, I've been fussing at the TV,
it? And I'm
And we
sitting
get
here
into a
going,
show and you just like yelling at the TV, like, what are you doing? So I've been doing that. Not doing that all night, all weekend, but these shows I've been watching has been really kind of interesting. So I've been yelling and fussing at the TV and telling these people, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? That doesn't make sense. Why?
Yeah, and I was watching one show today because I was going to watch some other movie. I was on Netflix and chill for a couple hours before we got started. And then all of a sudden she had this show on. I believe it's a Korean show.
It's Korean.
And I was like, okay, you know what you did. And it's actually really good. I was like, you know what you just did.
Yeah.
You know what you did. You set me up like that.
Some shows I don't watch all of them, but there are some that I kind of like them, and I said, oh, let me check it out. A couple of them are coming
It's actually really good.
Yes, it's subtitled.
I enjoyed it, and you will be reading a lot on some of these programs, so just be aware of that. What we're going to do is we're getting ready to go into our trip. I know for me, for those who are with me, I've been busy too. I've been busy editing, getting my creative juices going, trying to find my worth. Just joking. No, seriously. But anyway, everything's going good there. But we had a great trip. Those of you who don't know, we did a little drive.
Yes.
It was our last one we did. Literally got home just in time to start the stream. And it was a fun drive. It was a long drive. I think it was 14, 15 hours, and we did it. So enjoy the time lapse as we go into that. We're going to show you a little bit of what happened on our way back.
Yes.
Our way back.
Yes. Join the video.
From Georgia.
No, this is the whole video, right?
This is the entire video.
All right. You can see what we did entire video, and we'll come back and discuss it when we come back.
We'll come back. I mean, we went to Buc-ee's in Georgia because I heard it's a good place. This place is huge. I mean, huge.
This is like really, it's like almost a tourist trap because we'll go in there and normally stuff we don't buy for ourselves, buy when we're at home. But
let me show what I ended up buying here.
But yeah, we're sitting here, we'll buy it here.
Yeah, if we had a Buc-ee's in Detroit, we'd be like, whatever.
So
I got something to remind me that I was here.
Yep.
And so, there's another Buc-ee's we're gonna stop at on the way back.
This one, it's a free refill if you.
It's not free.
Well, not free refill, but you'll refill
like that.
Refill it. Come bring that back for refill, and they'll charge you a refill fee.
Yeah, and this is Yukon Outfitters mugs. So I think these are really good mugs. And so I'm looking forward to testing this at our next Buc-ee's stop. That's when we were in, I believe it's in Tennessee.
Yep. And then we bought a t-shirt for our daughter. See? I guess we got to get her a souvenir.
You got to get the souvenirs.
So we did buy her a t-shirt.
But I'm ready for the real stuff here. Oh, let me see what we got in here. Oh, let me try these tots. Buc-ee tots.
Yeah, show it to them. See that? Hold on, I'm bring it up.
They're very good.
Oh, they had a little little bucket tots.
Very good. I did a no. Bought an apple pie.
No.
I know I don't need it.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And what's life without getting a time log? Now, I used to eat these a lot when I was younger. My mom used to buy these. They were half the size. And I would eat them in one setting. Now I have to figure out how to take this one here and break it down into a little piece. And I think they're here to wash our car. That's good. So I figure out how to break this down and make it last long. So I'm gonna find some kind of maybe Ziploc bag. They're used to it.
Yeah, we'll take a video.
So next thing we're gonna do is I got a super bacon taco. Got me some sour cream.
He don't do these things often.
Nah, I don't wrap food. Guacamole. What's a burrito? They call it a taco. No way they call it a taco. It's actually a burrito. There it is.
I have a bacon. Now they have bacon, sausage, or ham, but this time I got bacon because I can eat sausage, but it has a lot more fat than the bacon sausage. I got bacon.
I guess we can, we can turn music. Excuse me.
This one was $3.99.
I don't know what mine was.
It's about the same if you went to Burger King. I think my Burger King might even been more.
And let's see, I don't like eating camera, so what we'll do is we'll come back after.
No, we could eat in a camera.
Okay, she wants to eat in camera. Let me do this.
We don't do these things often. They give you a reaction when you eat it.
Eggs good. I'm gonna do it without the condiments. We got one in the back.
I mean, it literally has. I think you took a little bit of video, didn't you, honey?
Yeah, I have some video. Sorry. It's actually good. I almost want
So
to
we're gonna show you a video of how the store looks. It's like I wouldn't call it a gas station stop like Speedways or stuff like that. It's really a store, and it's like as you said, it's like a souvenirs type of store.
Yeah, it's like if it's just like Target got married to Speedway and if you're in the Philly area and had a Wawa child, It's like Target married Wawa.
It took for me forever to open that thing, but this is how it looks in here. So those got a little spiel, so you know they cook it fresh. I mean they had staff people.
I mean this place is staffed.
That's probably what it is because it was clean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's new too, and people they had a lot of staff, and it's a really nice they have little food bars and stuff like that.
Very clean restrooms. Well,
not too much in the croissants, but
it's pretty good. Now, this was free. The guacamole and sour cream was an extra charge. Had I known this was this good, I would grab 2.
It's bacon bits, so it's not whole bacon, so it's bacon bits.
I mean, this is good. And as you know, we were just in the Atlanta area, because most people don't know where Powder Springs is. So we're in the Atlanta area celebrating a birthday party. And on the way down, I saw Buc-ee's. I said, what is Buc-ee's? I saw one earlier when we were on the freeway that afternoon. Okay.
Now, everybody watched this popular foodie, and he was talking about Buc-ee's. We already talked about it before we saw his.
Mm-hmm. We said we want to try it. And I reached out to some people who heard about it, and they said, yeah, it's really good food. And it's good. It's really good. I'm gonna have some guacamole left. Now I do have a sandwich for the road for later. So if I get hungry. I think when you're driving like hours, you really don't want to have to stop unless you have to. I have a 20-minute max break, but because of this Buc-ee's, we went over my break. I drive for 2 hours and I take a break for 20 or 15. You know, that's my if I get hungry along the way between Buc-ee's or even after Buc-ee's. I mean, we have a cooler in the car, so throw it in the cooler. I will not. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that.
Fruit, you got grapes, you got different types of fruit, vegetables too. So do got a little bit of healthy stuff there.
Yep.
They have like the banana. They have the big cases of like not this size, but almost like this size banana puddings and chocolate puddings and stuff.
I almost bought one.
We probably will try to hit that up on the way back. And then I have this is mine. This is a chicken salad with cranberry. This is common, so it's not nothing new. But that's good. It's there.
They usually have grapes and this is $5. We're in Adairsville, Georgia. They literally.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, but it still comes to like it's 70.
Well, it's souvenir stuff, so you don't come out here with $75.
It does. It draws you in. This is really a tourist trap.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the fact that it's clean, you're comfortable,
very clean, friendly.
And
that cook area was like unbelievable. I'm walking through to go to the restroom, and the restroom has they have paintings available. You can buy pictures here. They have pictures and paintings available for sale that you can look at the restroom. And oh, this led to the salsa. Yeah, it's good.
Actually, the sandwich is better than the other people.
Yeah, who just bought up all their restaurants for one other company.
Because I think they make them,
everything's made here fresh. This stuff is made.
The whole bakery section. A whole bakery section. So they make the break and they use that to make these sandwiches.
And they expired it. Did you see they actually expired to set their food too? Literally, this one here expires in 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
No, 30. No, this one expires. This here expires in 30 minutes, meaning that they have to pull it off the shelf.
So it's fresh.
It's fresh.
So they make sure they want to keep it fresh.
Now,
until we eating stuff and being stuff.
Right. Unlike some places, some convenience stores where that same sandwich could have been out for like 4 hours, 5 hours. I'm gonna try this fried apple pie. I know I shouldn't.
Now these hash browns, these hash browns, of course, they cooked it to a cook it, but it's underneath the warmer tray, so not hot. Smells good too. You can smell the cinnamon and the brown sugar. And what is brown sugar?
That's good. Well, here we do this. Now if you're married, and you don't let your spouse take a bite. Come on, y'all kiss each other. Oh, I know in the beginning it's kind of interesting. Neither one of us need this, but I wanted something.
Oh wow, that's hitting.
Yeah,
the apples are really
real apples.
The apples are really fake apple.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as sweet as you think it would be. No, the crust is a thin crust. I'm not quite sure what they're going to use for that, but it's really a thin crust.
Yes. Really good. No, we're done in 10 minutes on this segment. Yeah.
This is our first bucket haul.
Yep. And so we're going to go ahead and toss it back to us. And as I said, I'll let y'all know how it worked out. It worked out really well. The ice kept well. Our daughter, she said, "Oh, y'all went to Buc-ee's without me." Well, I mean, hey,
well, she a little bit older now, so it's time for us to be on our own too.
Yeah. She grown,
right?
She will be 21 in a matter of weeks. So she's grown.
She is grown.
And we're like, hey, you grown now. We're gonna hit the road. Now
Yes.
we are taking her on a couple family trips. I do have two I want to take her on.
I mean, yeah, of course, family trip. You're never too grown for family trip.
Yeah, that's one I want to take her on down south because she really doesn't know this. She really hasn't seen where my grandparents are from. And then we want to do something for our anniversary with her. So, but she's 21. She's grown. Now she can't rent a car yet. She has 4 more years before she can rent her own car or drive a rental.
Why would she want to even do that for?
Well, I mean, if we wanted to rent a car, she can't drive it.
Okay.
We would not do that.
But, all in all, the trip was pretty smooth driving, through sailing. Road trips, that's what you always just do anyway, is just stop and eat. Every once in a while you stop and eat. We were just talking about on the way down when his grandparents used to go down south on their youthful days. My grandma used to fry a whole chicken, and keeps in the refrigerator, and we used to eat the cold chicken. And so I remember those days. We used to eat the cold, the chicken. Want to tell a little funny story about your mom and the ice cream?
Oh, yeah. On the way back from South Carolina, my mom, the ice cream was so good, and so ice cream didn't have up here. And so she decided that she was going to buy a whole lot of ice, a cooler, and make that ice cream make it back to Detroit.
Yeah. And this was what the summer or something.
Yeah,
so we know what happened to that ice cream.
We ate it all.
It had a trail going up to
we
the
had to rapidly eat
down
it
75.
all the way back. So everybody ate the ice cream because it was just melting. And I can't remember if it was good, but it had to be good because it's a certain type she liked. And they had it, and she just had to buy it. And I was like, I'm like, it's not going to work. And now y'all know, anybody who knew my mom or knew how it was, those of us who are Generation X, going way back, used to hear things like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. But it was good, and we just enjoyed the food. And so but we didn't mention it when we were on that last part on the way back at the lunch stop, that brisket. Now, I'm not too much with the pulled pork. Well, it's pork with beef. But it was, that was really good. The sauce, oh my gosh, that was some good eating. And that was $13. Now, was it worth $13?
It was worth every penny. Now, we're going to put a little disclaimer on here because we're going to lead into another part here.
Right.
our little disclaimer is going to be this: our taste buds are not your taste buds. So what we say is good is may not be good to you. For me, I remember I was telling Angela about the time we went to so we like, me and Rain, we like shawarmas. So everybody said, "Oh, you got to try this particular restaurant." I'm not saying the name. You got to try them. They had the best shawarma sandwiches in Detroit. Went there. Me and our daughter both were like, "Yeah, this is the saltiest sandwich we've ever had." And the place is low. People come. It was a long wait too. I was like, "Can I have some less salt?" Because I'm very salt. I have a low. I can't handle a lot of salt. I just don't, because I don't eat a lot of salt. In fact, we just had dinner, and I told my wife, I said, I should have added a little more salt. However, it was good, but I'm just not really a heavy salt eater. I have a friend who we used to tease him and say, "Would you like some food to go with that salt?"
Right. I mean, I don't like shawarma, so I wouldn't. I mean, some things. Look, it's an acquired taste nowadays. When we were little, I never liked liver when we were little. But as you grow older, I still don't like it. I won't even make it myself right now. I haven't had liver since in decades. However, if I happen to have liver, I'm not gonna be gagging, trying to eat it down. So, so I won't do that. Just like any other foods out there, chitlins and all that other stuff.
Hey.
But that's just, everything is a required taste for the person. But I will say that risk, I enjoyed it. So I love food. So, well, I won't say I love food, but food is good. Right, we enjoy it, and it was really good. And I was like, "Ooh, give me that sandwich."
That was a cheat. By the way, those were our cheat trips. We've been eating semi-healthy around here, and we'll share more about that later.
Yes,
I will say one thing about this. Is
yes, right, Sharon.
On. I see some family. I see a lot. Hey, family.
Thank you, fam. Family for support. Woohoo! Family support.
My cousin DJ Six Fifth. David is on. My brother Ramon. My uncle James. I see my cousin Crystal. My sister-in-law Sharon. I see. That's all I see so far on the on my page side. Welcome.
Yes, welcome.
Live today.
We are live in our on set.
Yeah, well, one day we're going to set up the actual room to make it an actual studio, so we have a little more space.
Hey, I love him, so I'll go a little bit closer to him.
Hey, thank you. So we're going to talk about something I was going to say, but it totally went that way. It was about the Buc-ee's trip, about everything that we did. It was a fun trip, but let's move on to our next topic, because our topic timer is clearly telling us we need to move on. And like I said, it's been a while since we've been in the house, so let's see if this worked. It worked.
Inside pop culture.
Yes.
Social media.
I guess we want to talk about, since we're on the topic of
food
reviewers.
Food reviewers.
We're going to talk.
So, as Darnell was saying, about a disclaimer about how our taste may be different than your taste, and you can say if you don't like it, you don't like it. But we're not food critics. Food critics is something that I think, my definition of food critics is somebody who actually specializes, who is a chef, who's in the business of the food business for a long period of time, like a chef or somebody like that, who has the taste buds, who has that acquired taste to know what's foods should match with what taste and things like that. Just like a person who does wine, I can't pronounce the name of something like that.
No idea.
They actually know how to distinguish wines. And I saw, I was watching an app, Bon Appetit platform, and the guy was telling you regions. He knew exactly what region it was. He knew the taste in it, what was the flavor. So all that, is a specialist. So some things, on these people who does the food reviews, I'll just say food reviewers or food influencers or foodies, something in that nature. But it's a lot of going on concerning how they may enjoy a certain place, but yet you may not enjoy it. And so we're not knocking that person. The people, I say we're not necessarily knocking the person who's doing the review. It's just their taste may be different than somebody else's taste. like, different types of restaurants out there. I don't care too much for Thai food, but my husband likes
I
Thai
love
food,
Thai food.
and my daughter likes pad Thai. That's just something I don't like. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't. I never say unless the food was just terribly nasty, but it's just something I don't like. So if I would have had to do a food review on a restaurant, I would like, okay, this food is good, but I mean, unless it was just terribly nasty, then of course I'm like, probably won't even say anything, to be truthfully honest. And sometimes you also got to take things as grain of salt too, because sometimes, some people just want to be mean about certain things, that sometimes just to be mean. But so we were just talking about it, and one person who does food reviews, and he's going through a whole lot of things, and it had nothing to do with the food. It's because it's just if you know the person is dealing with money. I'm not going to say the person, but it's dealing with about money, and it had nothing to do with the food. And to be truthfully honest, that was more destroyed about the person's food than it was about what was the money came first. So so it's like now people just didn't go to this person because of that, and her food was probably good. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of these things anyway. And a good recommendation. I think it's nice to know what's out there, like different things. Because we were driving down the street in Detroit, coming back home. And we were noticing there was like a back end restaurant on a back road somewhere. And it's like, wow. And I think one of the food reviewers did go there, I believe. And it's like, you didn't know that was right. And they had like a little valet section, and it was like in an industrial rural site,
Right.
So you never knew it was there. But that's something I would have tried, because it's like, wow, you want to know how this actually goes. So just a lot of things like that. We were just talking about how food reviews and things like that, and how things, if you went to because they recommended it, good. But to come back,
slam on that.
some people was kind of rude. I mean, and then I'm like, okay, you didn't have to be that rude about it, though. Because you didn't like it doesn't mean that it's just you didn't have to be so rude.
Especially if you're like I said earlier, I have a low salt tolerance. I can't handle a lot of salt. And when I went to this particular restaurant, like I said, the salt was super salty. And in our house, we really don't do a lot of salt because various reasons. I just don't like a lot of salt. I've been this way for a while. So I asked my doctor at the walk. He said, "Well, why is your blood pressure high?" I think
some things it's just genetics.
It's genetic. I mean, we have to ask my family.
And if you're a certain hue.
Yeah.
If you're a certain hue, they automatically assume that's all,
that we eat salt. And
pork, right. Everything's.
I don't eat a lot of salt.
Pork is a white meat. Now, pork, you don't, it doesn't, not, well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's if you're into the bacons and the cured meats, that's when you run into the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to the pad Thai, one thing about Rain is our daughter, I like my pad Thai spicy every now and then. She orders her extra spicy.
Extra spicy.
I did that once, and I was just sweating.
She went to she ordered some Chinese food, right? And so she ordered the Chinese food extra spicy. And then the Chinese restaurant does have like a cup of spicy sauce
mustard.
No. It was an actual spicy peppers that were marinated, spicy peppers. She asked for 2 of those, and she dumped that on her food. And she wanted to know why she crying and sniffing. I'm like, girl, please. So I was like, that is just way too much, girl. You're just doing too much on that one.
Yeah, when I had my Chinese yesterday, they know my number, and gave me her version of what I ordered. I was like, it's a little. I can handle the spice. It wasn't as hot as one time. One time it was so hot, spicy, so I was like, you know what? I'm not ordering extra spicy again. I can't. It was just too much. I mean, when you can't taste.
Well, let's think of that was spicy, and then get a cup of spice sauce, whatever, and throw that on there, two of them. It's like rain. My daughter was like, "Oh my gosh, girl, what are you doing to me?"
Yeah, it was.
She was wondering why she crying and sniffing because her nose was running. Open everything up.
Just like for us, and when it comes to eating, we tend to try to keep ourselves in a certain way. I think can we pivot to the next thing that's going on in social media, or you want to stay on the foodie?
Okay.
Okay. All right. There's another thing going on in social media. I'm a part of a group that deals for people who do films and movies and stuff. And this is a topic that they've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. Since another movie came out, people are complaining about that, about how the one particular person said they didn't get paid, and they're mad at the executive producer. Like I said, I'm not saying names. And then people are now saying, why does every black movie have to be a slave movie or some other stuff? I'm going, well, we're in a group of people who are creators. It's our job as creators to create what we want to see, what we want to convey to our audience. So as a person who just joined the group, I really don't want to say that, but if you guys happen to stumble on this who are members of the group, my whole opinion on the whole situation is, if you want to, don't complain about something you can correct. And then we had this whole situation with the other platform. People are complaining, say, oh, they're removing black content, they're changing the rules. Well, and then another particular person that's saying his name, saying another TV network that happens to own the person who owns this other platform uses black people to build up the ratings, and then once it gets where they want it, they cancel all the black shows. Now that I may say could be plausible, because it had a strong audience in that particular time slot. And that time slot ended up becoming a sports time slot. So I can almost say that. However, sports draw people in. If you have anybody who owns TV stations or networks, just to get a college game or get a high school game in some markets, it generates a lot of viewers.
People like sports movies too.
Right.
Like my daughter watched, it's not a movie, but it was a TV series, All American. And she liked that too. So she was watching stuff like that. So so people like sports movies too. The movie market, let me tell you the movie market and how the movie market works. Now, granted, the name, of course, will draw the people to the movies. Tom Cruise can do another Mission Impossible. Yeah. He can do another. He just did Maverick, and Maverick was one of the top rated last year during the summer. His name. So yes, he can draw that money, and plus because it goes worldwide and international, it can go international. If the movie and we know the movie that comes out, if you know for a fact that well, we can tell you some movies are not going to get that international dollar. So they're not going to pay you that amount of money to be in a movie. So if we know that certain movies are not going to get that international dollar or just a worldwide hit, like these Avenger movies and these all these movies right there, you've got to realize though. And so yes, they're going to pay you based on how much they know they can get out of this movie. So if you're coming in thinking you're going to get paid $2-3 million to do this movie, but yet looking at they may only making 10, and then maybe only doing, and the budget was only budget for a certain amount of money in the first place because they know that it's not going to draw that much people in. They're not going to pay you that much money that you think you should be getting.
Yeah, I think the thing is that's part of the thing as independent filmmakers,
right.
Independent creatives, we have to know our audience. And as we're growing more into the independent creator world,
right.
Getting more content, we're in the process of working on our scripts, getting things ready to go to the big screen. At this time in our life, I was telling my wife, I said, look, I can't have people slow us down. So I'm about to get the mindset of keep it moving. And that's where I'm at now. The guy keep it moving. If people are dragging their feet, I have to move on to the next project because I can't wait for people to catch up to where we need to be.
We do it because we love doing it.
Right.
We love movies, and you know, we just got a movie just came out, our own movie that just came out, and we
Right.
just did, and it was a joyful doing it to see our work on the screen, and of course, you want the finances to go along with that.
Right.
You know, of course, we
Most
want
definitely.
that, but you know, sometimes when I do stuff, I write. I like to do it, and so that way it'd be an enjoyment to others. And hopefully, what I enjoy, you may enjoy too. And it's about genre. Not everybody likes the same genre.
No.
I mean, it's just like they're saying, just because it's a black type film, not every black person will like it because maybe not everybody likes that genre.
Right.
And so, but it's still. You gotta, you know, you say, well, black people should support, but you know, we hope that you support the person because you just enjoy the movie itself, not just because you know.
Yeah, because I know a couple people who I know personally, they had 2 films come out within the last 3 weeks. And that was Angela Dunlap and Joe Smith. Both had movies release, go to the big screen and premieres here within the last 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing like seeing your work on the big silver screen.
Right.
It's a whole different feel than seeing it on television, seeing it on streaming. You know, being people who don't know, yes, we have our own TV station, but it's still different getting it from on the big screen. You know, we can throw our stuff on the screen, on the TV. However, sitting in the theater and feeling it and seeing the energy of the people, feeling the energy of when Bull says no one's getting in, knowing when the movie script was written, when she wrote the movie script, Hosanna the movie, I knew, I said, that scene right there is going to be the one that's going to get everybody laughing. And just like I said it, I said, whoever plays that has to know how to play that part. And we had the perfect gentleman who played that part. It was hilarious how he did it. When you see the movie, it is going to be released soon. I'm going to see what's going on with our partners when it's going to be released. We are working on that. However, we do have other projects that's coming.
Yes.
And these other projects are some projects that, like I said, we got to keep it moving. You don't want to have a movie out in 1 year and then you wait another 5 years, 6 or 7 or 8 years. Okay, let me tell you.
No, this is a new year, new day, 50s. New time. We are
right. I'm not going to wait until I'm in my 70s or 80s. Oh, we got our second movie out. No, I'm going to keep it moving. By the time we get in our 70s and 80s, I hope to have 20 or 30 movies under our belt. Yes. I'm not trying to slow roll things. So my thing is, as we build a team, and that's the reason why I'm on these social media groups, because I can see from other creators what we need to do to keep things moving forward. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our next pop culture thing. However, this is more of a little fun part of this pop culture. We're going to show some pictures, and this is something we found. Now, everybody knows in the Black household. Everybody knows in the Black household there was 3 pictures in everybody's house. And I also want to welcome some more people that came on too, real quick. We're going to go into this. I see my cousin, Darish. I cannot say your name, sorry. I see my cousin, Lewis. I think we mentioned him. I see Doreen McKinney came on.
Hi.
Gregory Dunn came on.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I hope you're going to enjoy it. Just stay on. We only here for 1 hour. So we came up live at 8. So we only got a few more minutes, so I hope you just stay tuned and join.
19 minutes. We can look at that screen. 19 minutes and 37 seconds.
So I hope you guys stay on and enjoy.
Yes, because this is the last big segment.
So we found these pictures, and it's kind of interesting. So that, everybody will say there's always those 3 people. That's 3 back in the day when your parents, there's 3 photos. They're always in their house. There's a picture of Jesus.
And this one here is one of those that
that's I don't know, hologram.
Holographic. Then you have JFK.
Yep.
And then you have
Martin Luther King.
You have MLK Jr. Those are the 3. Now, in some houses you add Malcolm.
Right.
Some houses you had Malcolm.
But pretty much those were the 3 that were on the wall.
It was the big 3. And Jesus. Let me tell you something about Jesus. This picture here, I used to play with this picture a lot when I was younger. And it's so funny, we're going through looking through some stuff, and we found these in a book. And I said, wow, we need to share this because I see some things that I may have done to this picture. So I used to scribble on stuff when I was little, and I can see some scribble marks on here. No ink, but I can tell I got to this picture. I found some pictures I did get to when I was little, and then, but see, my favorite one is actually this one that I found.
The one that's becoming 21 soon.
20. Yes, she's 21. Ooh, time has flown.
Yes.
And so we have, it was, those are the three things that you find in every single house. And so it was just funny to me that we found those pictures. And
so, honey, I didn't know he was transitioning to off the food thing. But I wanted to pose a question about the food.
Okay, you still talking about the food. I mean,
so I didn't know he was transitioning off of the food.
I was just looking at the clock.
But so a while back, years back, there was a financial expert, or I can say he knows how to save money and teaches people how to save money. But this person stated that there is a certain food that he would eat that he don't mind paying for. Okay, so let's say you go to the grocery store. There's a alternative product that's a little bit lower price, but that person will always eat that one food that he'll pay extra for. And his thing was pistachios, certain brand pistachios. Okay, so my pose a question: if you're live and you're online, what is that one thing that you will spend extra money on that you, even though there's a less cheaper alternative, but you will pay more money on because that's something that you always want. Like my daughter, she always do brand name everything. I don't know why kids want to do brand name because they don't have to worry about money in the grocery bill right now. So, but I was only saying this one thing. I don't really have one thing. What is yours?
Pistachios.
You do your pistachios
It's
too?
a certain brand that I like, and
because I did try.
Another store, another well-known store. Again, we don't have sponsors, so I'm not dropping names. However, I would say this is a well-known, everybody knows store, and I love their pistachios.
Yeah, I really don't have something that's. I would say that the taste would be a little bit different. Like I said, pistachios. I think I bought $1 bag of off-brand pistachios, and it didn't taste the same as if you would have bought the brand named pistachios. But for me, I really don't have something. I would probably buy it just to taste it. And if I don't like it, then I would just move on to something else. I don't like me and my husband. This is what we do. We will try a new restaurant, and we would try it, and we were like, but we know it wasn't the best restaurant because we won't go back.
Nope.
We won't try to ditch them, try to won't talk about them or anything like that. Right. We just won't go back.
Just like a certain soul food place we would go to, they started out good. And then the last one, I think everything was super salty, and it was okay. Well, let's give them another.
I mean, but I think that's because of the cook at the time.
Right. It was.
Sometimes
okay.
Somebody was cooking.
Yeah, just like one fast food restaurant I went to, they made a burger so salty. I'm like, man, what in the world are y'all thinking back?
And my daughter, she is so funny. She was telling me one of her friends, bacon. Now, bacon is bacon, right? But some people want seasoned bacon. I never heard of seasoning bacon. I never heard of chicken well done. I'm like, it is. I mean, it's cooked. It's cooked. It's cooked. I mean, I never heard of chicken well done. And my daughter, she had she does that. She said, I want chicken cooked well done. And I was watching a YouTuber who was saying that he was doing a little parody about Thanksgiving dinner and stuff like that, and he was talking about chicken well done.
We have our little friend here has been a cat. The cat's been doing cat things. So if you see me looking like
what the heck?
A couple earlier on, we have a cat here. Our daughter's cat, actually, ironically, speaking of our daughter, is her cat, and we deal with him all day. It's almost like we're the grandparents of a cat,
right?
And he just does what he would say. Hey, And he just ran through again. Listen,
He just wants some attention.
Silly. It's just, he's perfectly fine. He's a good cat. We're like, he's a good, you're not home to see what he does.
So let me know. So drop a comment. Let us know what is that one food that you know there's a cheaper alternative, but you will pay extra for. Like my daughter, she likes this artisan bread or whatever, and it's $5.
But it's good.
It's $5.
Sometimes too much flour on there. The last batch is the one that had all the flour.
Well, I don't know. That's how it is. It's $5, and you could buy the Kroger brand, the cheaper Kroger brand or whatever brand for $1.79. But it's like she has to have that bread, because she won't only.
And she doesn't even eat it. We end up eating it.
It just sits there because I don't.
We don't drink. I've cut down a lot of my sugary drinks. I've been working on that, and so.
Oh, I went Ohana.
She bought a 2-liter Ohana. Now that bottle had been sitting here before the new year in the refrigerator. I said, you know what? Let's just drink it yesterday, and because I don't drink a lot of that, I've really cut that down. I was knocked out. Fell asleep because the sugar was just so much in it. So, and that's why we need to get into your next presentation.
And what
Unless
was
you
that?
have more. Your foods.
Oh, okay. That's part of
the pop culture.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were bouncing back and forth here.
No, we got 12
So here we are talking about how people are talking about alternative foods and what's alternative, and people are, because of the first of the year, they're talking about healthy eating, better eating, how to cut back on certain foods and things in that nature. And food that you eat is fine that you eat it, but as long as you eat it in moderation. But what happens is if it gets to a point where if you can't handle a cup of spaghetti, and you just have to have a whole plate full of spaghetti, then you may want to cut back on it. Especially most of the time, it's about also if you plan on dieting too, and if you already have some form of illness that's causing that you need to cut back on. So you may not want to eat spaghetti because then that way, if you just can't keep the moderation. So here is an alternative that I found. It's called shirataki noodles, and it's right here. It's cholesterol-free, sodium-free, fat-free, and sugar-free. Now, if you just Google it, shirataki noodles, like other stores and restaurants have it, you can find it in there. And as you can see, there's zero fat. A whole bag pretty much is 4 ounces, so a whole bag is only 10 calories for a whole bag. There's no protein on this particular one, though. It's only 3 net carbs and 3 grams of fiber. And because it's 3 net carbs and 3 grams of fiber, I mean, it's kind of like there's no carbs in it, depending on, I can't really see the packaging, just what I see here. So that's one of the options. It's like a glass noodle, so it's clear.
And they're good.
And it absorbs the sauce. So if you put your spaghetti sauce, whatever sauce you want on it, then you can taste it, and it really is about that was a goal thing too about pop culture. Is it the spaghetti or is it the sauce? But in this particular case, it's more about the sauce on this shirataki noodles.
Yeah, I actually like those. So we're going to go to our next picture. Those are actually really good because you did the glass wrap. We won't talk
right.
Because she was put on a certain diet plan from the doctor, and so I
Vietnamese wrap. I have a instead of whatever. I don't have a picture of that. Go ahead.
All right, so our next one is the Miracle Rice, and it's going to
same as plant-based Miracle Rice. It's just like the noodles.
Isn't rice already plant-based?
Well, I guess I don't know. It says plant-based rice style,
okay,
right? Plant-based rice style.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like the shirataki noodles, but it's like a grain. It looks like a grain of rice, but it's also clear. Now all these are packaged in water or some form of liquid. I don't know, and I'm not quite sure if it's actual water, but it's in some liquid. So you do have to drain it, and it's already cooked, really. So you're just basically adding heat to it if you want some heat to it, or you don't have to. For the shirataki noodles, I usually put them in my Vietnamese rolls. You don't necessarily have to put heat to it. So and then so that's one of the things too that you can use. So on the back, you can see here, it's only 10 calories, and it's 2.5 servings, so 3 ounces per serving. So it's for every 3 ounces is 10 calories. So 3 ounces. So it's 2.5 per serving. 3 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber. So technically net carbs is 0, and there's no protein.
Yeah, and they're good.
So if you put chicken in it, you're okay with your protein then.
Yeah, I've had it. It's
or some
good.
type of protein-based food.
We've been doing this since November, right before Thanksgiving.
Right before Thanksgiving.
Probably October, November. We started on this.
Okay.
On this exploration, but this is something that she does too, and it's helps you out a lot.
I really don't like ice cream. Okay, so be truthfully, I really don't like ice cream. However, I found Breyer's Carb Smart. Now I tried the vanilla. Vanilla really didn't have much of a taste for me. People like vanilla ice cream. If you like it, you can taste it. Now what I did was I did have vanilla ice cream, so I'd had a protein shake, and so I made a shake. Protein drink. So I made a chocolate shake with the vanilla and the shake. And technically it was only about, this was 5 net carbs. The shake was, I think it was 3. So it was only 8 net carbs with the shake. And I did put some monk fruit sugar in it to sweeten it up a little, because to me, the vanilla Breyers wasn't that sweet. The chocolate was on point. I mean, it tastes like I was just eating chocolate ice cream. And this one I enjoyed. Now I enjoy it. Hopefully, if you didn't,
I haven't tried it,
but
and
it's 2/3 cup. So it's it's like 2/3 cup of ice cream. So it's almost a cup, because you're less than 1/3, but it's almost a cup of ice cream that you can get. So it's 2/3 cup, 110 calories, and that's a lot of ice cream. Because again, I don't really like ice cream that much, but it was enough for me, enough to get my chocolate fit in. And enough to eat it.
Now, if you're not a dairy consumer, this is dairy, as it says on it. It's frozen dairy. So those who don't do dairy, you have to find
another alternative. That's my alternative.
So we have our next item. I believe this is what you talked about.
No, I didn't mix it with this one. Now, this one is Glucerna. So this one is actually recommended by if you have type 2 diabetes and you needed to lower your carb intake. So usually I read somewhere where they were saying that if you replace one shake with a meal, now they said that you shouldn't do it for breakfast, because you need something to last you through the day. So I would probably either use it as a go-between lunch and dinner, because sometimes we have our morning breakfast. If you have breakfast at 8, your lunch is at 4, sometimes during the workday, but usually after lunch, by the time you hit dinner, then you have a then there's a chance that you get hungry. So I would probably use this. Now, if you go back to the other picture, babe. Yep. So this one it's 15 grams of protein. It does have fiber in it, so it does make you fuller. So that's the reason why it's called Hunger Smart. Your fiber and your protein in it will cause you to be a little bit more fuller. So and it's actually pretty good. Nowadays, about 10 years or 20 years, whatever, 10 years ago, these drinks were not that great. So whatever they did now, even Atkins, I meant to grab it, but I do have the Atkins drink, and that one's pretty good too. And then I had the Atkins peanut butter cups, not peanut butter cups, caramel cups, and it's just like eating. Oh goodness, what's the name of that chocolate? Oh, I can't think of. That has the little caramel in it. It has caramel in it.
Caramello.
No, it was not. It was almost like Caramello, but not really Caramello. Oh, It was another one. I can't think of it. But anyway, so it actually was pretty good. Now, dark chocolate has less of the refined sugar, so that's the reason why they use a lot of dark chocolate when it comes to Carb Smart stuff. But if you don't like dark chocolate, then that's mostly that's what you're going to get is a lot of dark chocolate. And then I think I have there's something else.
The label.
This is the label. So you see, you have the 16 grams of carbs is one carb choice. So if you want to know what your carb choice is, if you're type 2 diabetes, that's your one carb choice, 16. Just to throw it out there, anything between 15 grams carbs is considered one carb choice. So if you were reading your labels, if you have type 2 diabetes, you want to know what carb choices is, 15 grams of total carbohydrates is considered one carb choice. And so that's the reason why I was saying net carbs, because you look here, it says 6 grams of fiber and it has 15 grams of protein. Technically, it's only really maybe 2 grams of net carbs per serving. So that's what happens too, because your fiber kind of eliminates some of the carb choice. Okay.
Yeah, time is getting away from us. So let's fly through these.
And so we have the Fairlife drinks too. These are lactose free, so there's no milk, there's no dairy base on those. These are pretty good. So they're low in carbs, low in calories. So if you wanted something that you still want your milk and cereal, of course you could have your almond milk, you could have your oat milk, you could have all those other milks, unsweetened almond milks. Those are pretty good. You can have the Fairlife. We use I think it's 2%.
Yes, 2%.
But the fat free, I don't really care too much for the fat free. But
tastes like water with
right.
some weird kind of water.
But it is dairy free.
And then finally,
cauliflower rice. Now,
favorite.
Right, I use cauliflower rice. If you want to do like a stir fry, rice stir fry, use that as a cauliflower rice. I would season it a little bit because it is just it's crumbled cauliflower, but they did it. I don't know what they did to it, but the cauliflower rice, it is really, so you can see right there on the package, this only has 4 grams of carbs per serving. I'm not quite sure what the serving size is on that because I don't know if I gave the back label to it, but and it's really good. I mean, my niece, she said she didn't like cauliflower. Her mother used to try to make her hate cauliflower, but I think the cauliflower is really the cauliflower rice. I think it doesn't really taste like cauliflower itself, especially if you use it for, like, if you put your own spices seasoning in it, and replace it with rice. I don't like the cauliflower. What do you call it? Mashed cauliflower mash?
Yeah,
No.
we don't do the cauliflower mash. Our child has just joined us, but she's not coming in.
So so that's one of the things I don't. But anyway, so those are some of the alternatives that I found. Keto, they call them keto now. Low carb, they call these stuff now ketos. So anything that's low carb, 0 sugar. I make a sweet tea, not sweet tea, excuse me. I make a home brew tea. It's cold brew, really easy. You make it overnight, put it in the refrigerator, and then it's cold. That's what you call cold brew. It's seeped in cold in the fridge.
It's actually really,
good.
really, really good. I mean, our time is literally blown away tonight. I mean, we had so much. I guess we should have just went live. We should have done it.
Well, I mean, I didn't know where you were going, so I was kind of lost when we went off the food venture and went into and we went into the movie thing, and I thought, okay, then we went back to the same pop culture, so I didn't know where you were going. I thought we were just going to talk about food all day, but you didn't tell me about the whole movie thing.
Well, we'll talk about that.
There was too many topics. But anyway.
But the time went by really, really quick, and we are so out of time. Like I said, we're trying to stick to our time. Anything you want to say as we close?
No, I guess we can always pick it back up the next time in 2 weeks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stayed with us. Thank you for staying with us. And if you're watching on a replay, thank you for watching it on a replay. And I hope you enjoyed it. And leave a comment, share it, and let us know how you enjoyed our thing. And thank you. I think Lewis did a great job. Thank you.
Yeah, Cousin Lewis. Thank you all, everybody. Like I said, we want to keep. Our time is precious, and so is yours. All right, everyone. I'm Darnell.
And I'm Angela.
And thank you for watching
Garrison House.